Hello Christo Ananth channel members, viewers and subscribers, very good day to you all. So I am really happy to meet you once again, this time with a genuine review of Law, State and Telecommunications review. So many people, especially in the law field, might find it harder to publish their research papers in the indexed and reputed international journals, and that is the reason we are sharing this useful information. So some people they say that this journal is in the Scopus list, some people they say that this journal in the Web of Science list. So we are going to have a genuine review. We are going to identify how long will this journal remain in the Scopus or maybe Web of Science indexing database. We'll also identify what are its submission charges or maybe processing charges or maybe publication charges. What about the publication time with this particular journal? We'll also identify what are its clone websites, and of course this journal indexing in the Scopus, Web of Science, ABDC or maybe UGC CARE databases as well. So without wasting much of our time, let us go straight into the review of Law, State and Telecommunications review. So this is the journal we are talking about. The name of the journal is Law, State and Telecommunications review. So when we search in the Google, we are getting some search result. So the first search result comes from periodicos.unb.br. So we believe that this is the original or maybe the genuine website. There are some associations which are discussing about this particular journal, and also we can find similar information in the Sci-Imago JR. Please note that the name of the journal is Law, State and Telecommunications Review, which is actually the English version of this particular title. This is the original title that you should note. So everywhere if you can search in Sci-Imago JR or maybe Scopus or Web of Science or maybe any indexing database, you should search with this title only and not via the English title. So here we can see some internationalism, like with respect to each of the countries, maybe like Ukraine, Portugal, we have Chile, we have Kazakhstan, even we have India, from which they are inferring some subject fields. As the title says, Law, State and Telecommunication. So with respect to each of the recent trends in these fields, they are getting it from different countries. So down you can see some of the articles of the current issue, but definitely we are in a confusion whether all the articles which are published in this particular journal has been indexed in the Scopus database or not. So down you can see that this journal has been licensed under Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 International License. 2 ISSN numbers has been displayed. They say that it has been indexed in the Scopus database and falls in the Q3 quartile. So basically it's a Brazilian journal. So they also have a DOI associated with this journal. So maybe if you click on any of the PDF of this particular journal articles, you can see the total number of pages is little higher than the normal limit. So here we can see 30 pages, 26 pages, but we do not know whether the articles published in this journal is indexed in the Scopus database. As the name implies, Law, State and Telecommunication, they basically accept papers related to communication services, telecommunication services, internet-based services, satellite, spectrum regulation, and with regards to law and with regards to IPR, intellectual property rights, they have mentioned in this way, and they are accepting submissions in the English language, Spanish language and Portuguese language. They follow the ABNT-NBR, which is nothing but the Brazilian Association of Technical Standards. So all fields related to law, state and telecommunication, they are accepting the paper. So suppose if you try to submit any other field paper, maybe for your good luck it might be accepted, but we are not sure whether your article of different field will be indexed in the Scopus database or not. So this is a section that every author should go through. So the submission should not be previously published elsewhere, and it should be submitted in the MS Word, rich text format or maybe Open Office format. As I already discussed, the URL formats is also mentioned in the website, so you can go through the formats. So the text should be single space, 12-point font, and it should adhere to the guidelines of the website. So they have mentioned that they are publishing 2 issues annually, okay, one during May and another during October. Please note that your font format should be Times New Roman. So about the article processing charges, they have mentioned that they are not charging any money for processing, submission, or maybe publishing the articles. Okay, so this they have mentioned very clearly. So which means that only quality papers are accepted and published in this journal. Also, they have mentioned another one thing: authors are allowed to hold the copyright of their papers without restrictions, which means that you will be holding the copyright. So maybe when you are indexing this particular research paper, the published paper in the SSRN, Social Science Research Network, then you will be able to hold copyright without any problem. And about the editorial team section, so they have given as a paragraph, of course they have given full complete affiliation, but email ID can be mentioned, ORCID ID can be mentioned, but it is not mentioned here. So when you browse through the contact section, we can see that they have mentioned complete details, okay, with the pin code, the address, the contact number as well. But only thing, the details have been found in different areas. You can find email ID as well. You can find a telephone number or maybe a toll-free number as well. So seeing this website, it looks crystal clear. They are not asking for any of the charges for submission, processing, or maybe publication, but anyway we will check the indexing databases. So we'll go for SciImago.jr. As I told you, please do not type the English title, instead search for the Brazilian title. So it is Revista de Direito, Estado e Telecomunicações. So we can find that the country is Brazil, and the subject area and category with regards to law, state and telecommunication they have mentioned. So the publisher name is Universidade de Brasilia. H index is only 5, and we can find both the ISN numbers. So the coverage you can see 2009, and afterwards it has been discontinued, then again from 2013 till 2022. Okay, as you know, SciImago.jr only publishes 1 year before. So maybe if we are coming in 2024, maybe if it is currently indexed means then they will show 2023. So down in the scope you can see information not localized. We are not getting any link here like home page, how to contact in this journal, or maybe email ID. Nothing has been mentioned. So down the quartiles you can see computer networks and communications Q4, electrical and electronics engineering Q4, okay, law field right now in Q3. So you can see the 2-year, 4-year and 5-year statistics. So down in the comment section, there are not many comments, but there is no negative part with this particular website. With regards to SciImago.jr, we are not finding some important links. So we will check with the scopus.com. So here you can click on sources, okay. Make sure you click on the ISSN, because even if you type the English title, you will not be getting the search results. So I am copying the ISSN and I am pasting here, and I am clicking on find sources. So I am getting one search result, the exact name, okay, Revista de Direito, Estado e Telecomunicações. Okay, so we can see documents, around 77 documents. Site score is 0.9 and percentage cited is 38%. The score is a fairly low score, but anyway, it is okay to have this journal. So we can see it's an open access journal, 2009, and it was discontinued, and again 2013 till present the journal is currently in the Scopus database. So publisher name has been mentioned, the ISN numbers, both the numbers has been mentioned, and source homepage is given. So if you click on the source homepage, we can see exactly the same website which we already reviewed. So the articles published in this journal will be definitely indexed, but to what extent we will see that. So in the Scopus content coverage we can see 2023 12 documents. Okay, so average you can see not more than 20 documents has been indexed in the Scopus database. We can say average 15 documents. Okay, see here 2023 we see 12 documents. Okay, we are right now in June, and even when we browse through the current issue, we can see not very less articles but fair number of articles. Okay, so going in this trend across these 6 months, we are not sure whether only 12 documents has been published in the database. So which brings us to a conclusion that all the articles which are published in the website are not indexed in the Scopus. You know the reason? Because they have law, state and telecommunications. Maybe the papers which do not match the fields may not be indexed in the Scopus database. So this is the idea that you should be getting out of this one. So you please submit your paper which is aligned to the scope of this journal. Definitely it will be indexed. And similarly, you can check for master journalist mjl.clarivate.com. So here we are searching for the ISSN, not the exact title because it's an English title. So we are searching for the ISSN and we are clicking on search. Okay, so we are not finding any search result, which means that this journal is not indexed in the master journalist or Web of Science database. Similarly, we are going for Australian Business Teams Council. We are searching for the ISSN and here I am pressing enter. Okay. So here I'm not getting any search result with regards to the journal that match these parameters. So this journal is not indexed in the ABDC journal list. Anyway, we will check with the UGC CARE list. So UGC CARE Group 1, Group 2. So they have clearly mentioned that Scopus, Web of Science, Arts and Humanities Citation Index, Science Citation Index Expanded SCIE, Social Science Citation Index SSCI all fall in the UGC CARE Group 2. And if suppose you search for the journal, okay, here in the Group 1, you will not be getting any result. So you should understand that this journal is currently in the UGC CARE Group 2. So the website looks crystal clear. There are no processing charges, no submission charges, no publication charges has been mentioned in the website. That's a very good news. And this journal, you can find it in the Scopus database. You can also find information in the SciImago.jr, but this journal is not indexed in the Web of Science database, not indexed in the ABDC journal list, but you can find the indexing in the UGC CARE Group 2. And the average time between submission till publication takes approximately 3 to 4 months. So processing charges is not mentioned in the website, but when I inquired through the agents, when I inquired through the backdoor, through the associations, they are charging a maximum amount of $350, which is approximately 28,000 in Indian rupees. As far as the journal is concerned, not all the papers are indexed in the Scopus database. Those papers which are aligned to the field, definitely it will be indexed. So if you have any clarification, questions or queries, please share them in the comment section. So if you really found this review much more useful, I request you to please share it with your colleagues, friends, mutual friends. As I told you, people in the law field will find it harder to publish their research papers in the reputed index journals. So see you then in another interesting yet genuine review. Till then, collaboration is everything.